Imagine two people facing the exact same situation. Both suddenly need money. Both decide to borrow it. But what happens next turns out very differently. One person walks into a bank and receives a loan with around 5% interest. The other turns to a short-term lender and is offered a loan with extremely high interest rates. Both borrowed money, but one will only pay a relatively small cost for borrowing. The other may spend months, sometimes even longer, trying to repay the debt. And here's the interesting part. The person paying the higher cost is often the one who already has fewer financial resources. This reveals an important reality about how money often works in everyday life. In many situations, having less money can make certain things more expensive over time. Once you begin noticing it, this pattern can appear in many areas of daily life. Take something as simple as grocery shopping. People who have more financial flexibility often buy items in larger quantities. Large grocery packs, bulk household supplies. Buying in bulk usually reduces the cost per item. But someone living paycheck to paycheck may not always have the option to spend a larger amount at once. Instead, they may buy smaller packages more frequently. Each purchase feels affordable in the moment, but over time, they may end up paying more for the same products overall. A similar idea can appear with everyday items. For example, one person buys a very cheap pair of shoes every year. Another person purchases a higher quality pair that lasts several years. At first, the cheaper option may look like the better deal, but over a longer period of time, repeatedly replacing low-cost items can sometimes lead to higher total spending. The same pattern can appear in financial services. People with strong credit histories are often offered better financial opportunities, lower interest rates, better credit card terms, and more affordable loan options. Financial institutions often compete to offer them favorable deals. However, individuals with limited credit history or financial challenges may sometimes face higher borrowing costs, higher interest rates, more restrictive credit options, and penalties if payments are late. As a result, a small, unexpected expense can occasionally turn into a longer financial challenge. Housing can also influence financial stability. People with higher incomes may qualify for long-term housing agreements or home financing. This can provide stability and predictable costs. Others may need to move more frequently or manage rising rental expenses. Each move can involve deposits, fees, and unexpected costs. Transportation can also affect opportunities. Someone with reliable transportation may have access to more job options and greater flexibility. But without that option, choices for work or commuting may be more limited. Over time, these small disadvantages can slowly add up. Higher costs for certain goods, higher borrowing costs, more housing and transportation challenges. And gradually, these factors can create a situation where having fewer financial resources doesn't just make life harder. Sometimes, it can make certain parts of life more expensive over time. Understanding these patterns can be helpful, because improving financial stability is not only about working harder, it's also about recognizing how financial systems and everyday decisions affect long-term costs. And once someone becomes aware of these patterns, they can begin making more informed financial choices. Sometimes the first step toward a stronger financial future is simply understanding how money works in the real world.